Hi everybody, Alex Deploy here from Expert Forex, and in this video I'm going to look at how to check supplied set files for use on your broker account. Now this normally involves three steps. So the first step is to retest the settings to make sure that they produce what you expect them to produce. The next step is to align those settings with your broker account, and I've made a few videos about that, which in most cases involves aligning your time zones, which is a setting built into most of our EAs anyway. And then the third one is, what if there's a difference? How do you resolve the difference? Now, what you will also see is the importance of understanding exactly the conditions under which set files have been prepared for you. If you don't do this, then aligning these set files to your broker might be highly problematic. And there's a lot of detail that you've got to pay attention to. And in this video, I'm going to show you all the details you have to pay attention to get your supplied set files validated or confirmed. Once you've done this confirmation, you will have so much more confidence in using those set files on your own broker account. To start with, I'm going to find settings that we can test. So I'm going to go to our Premium Advantage forum. We go down right to the bottom, I think it is, and there are the Premium Expert Forex Robot settings. I'll click on that. Then I'm going to go to the Advanced Robot settings that we produce, and I'll click on that. And then I go into the Premium Settings Analysis page. So then I'm going to click on the July ones, which are the most up-to-date ones. This video is in fact being made in July, so I'll click on that. And then you get a whole selection of settings that we supply, and one of the best settings that we supply are the low drawdown options. And I'm going to go there specifically because that will be quite sensitive to the settings that we provide. So we provide low drawdown options on Forex, on indexes, metals, and also on crypto. I'm just going to choose Forex, and I'm going to go into the regular analysis. So we click on that, and here's an analysis of the low drawdown settings for most of our EAs. We don't do them for all of them, but for most of our EAs. And yeah, I'm going to just choose that first one over there. It's the tradable ADX. So I'm going to just click on that link. And then it brings out this analysis sheet, and you can download the most profitable one, or you can download the one that has the smoothest equity chart. I'm going to go for the smoothest equity chart, and that is normally based on the highest success rate. So I'm going to just go down here and sort this database by success rate, and there we have it. So we have the Euro Oz. It has a success rate of 100%. That's the one that I'm going to have a look at because I love 100% success rate trading. And we can then just click on MT4 to download the set file. But before I do that, let's have a look at the equity chart of the Euro Oz for 1 hour, so that is in fact what we are trying to duplicate. So we go down here, and here are the equity charts, and that's for the Aussie yen. So I just go down and I'm looking for the euro, but look at there are some absolute, oh well, this is the one we're looking for, absolutely fantastic equity charts, straight line up. What is really good about these charts is that the blue line, which is the account balance, is a nice straight line, but the equity part of that is actually above the account balance line. So the equity actually goes more profitable and then cashes in, more profitable cashes in, more profitable cashes in, so on. So we've got a really almost perfect equity chart there. You don't really want to get one that, like just the one above is an example of, you don't really want ones with those dips like that and dips like that. You want ones where the green line stays above the blue line. So that is absolutely a perfect equity line, and that is why I'm going to be downloading this that is why I'm going to be downloading this particular MT4 set file. So all you do is you click on the set file, and it downloads into your download folder, or it downloads into the bottom left side of your screen. What I do, and it's most probably not the most correct way of doing things, is I go and find that file. There it is. I click on it and I copy it. And you'll see why I do that. So we can close that, and we can now move on to the testing part of our. Okay, so now I'm going to start setting up for the test, and it's very important to set the test up almost identically to what the test was done by EA Factory. So here are the dates. They tested from the 1st of July to the 1st of July, so I'm putting in the 1st of July to the 1st of July. They've also tested the Euro Oz, so I'm putting the Euro Oz in there, and it was the ADX EA, and I've got my ADX EA loaded in the tester. I'm also going to test this on an every tick basis because it is the most accurate basis. And what's important now is they used a spread of 4, so I'm going to use a spread of 40, which is actually points. When you're using the tester, the spreads are in points, so I'm putting 40 in there, and they tested the 1 hour, which is over here. So now I'm trying to align my testing as much as possible. Now also note that they used a GTM offset of 0 when testing this particular EA. So the next thing is that I'm going to be using tick data, and I'm going to be using the imported tick data, which I've always spoken about. I will give a link to how you can find this tick data, but here it is. I'm clicking on that, and it allows you to then nominate the currency that you're going to be testing, and then when you press refresh, it will tell you how much information it has on that currency. So it says the earliest date is that, and the most recent date is that. So I've got enough to cover the period that I'm testing. Furthermore, I go down here and I say, oh, the offset for this set file is 0, so I'm putting that in, and it is produced in Europe, and there is the daylight saving offset. So I know that I've aligned my test data with the same data that was used in this particular test, the same details, and I then click on OK. So that's how the test data is now aligned, and now it's a case of loading those settings. So there are the settings. I then go into load, and remember I copied that one set file, so I'm going to just paste it in there, and there it is, the tradable ADX. There's the set file that I've loaded for the 1 hour. It's loaded into the open file. I open it up, and now I have the ADX settings for that set file loaded, and we can just go ahead and do the test, because there it is. We've aligned the data, we've said OK. So we say OK, and everything is fine. Let's go and run this particular test. So all I do there is I hit on start, and it will do the test for me. So this is not an optimization. I'm not clicking on optimization. I'm actually just running the set file settings on the data that I use to check my EAs and to do my own optimization and all that type of thing. Now this data should be the same, because I know EA Factory also uses this tick data suite, and because it is such a flexible suite, I know that the results should be the same. Now the only difference comes in is that they do their testing on, I think it is a company called 8Cap. So it's a completely different broker to the one I'm testing on. Now the difference that makes is that your symbol properties could be completely different from broker to broker. In most cases, they're nicely aligned, but they can be completely different. So that's one of the things that will cause differences to our results. So I'm actually testing this set file on a completely different broker. I'm testing it on IG and using their symbol properties and their platform to do my testing. So let's go and have a look at the results. So we click on report, and if you look here, and I'll just pull the results from the test from the EA Factory website. There we are, and let's just see. There's the profit, 6118, 6107. Look, that's close enough. $10 is not a major difference. And then we say trades, 50 trades, 50 trades. So we've really come to, and if you look at the drawdown here, 2110, drawdown 2011, also pretty close enough, and we've got the 100% success rate. So now let's go and have a look at our equity charts, and we'll find the Euro Oz. The Euro Oz, there we are. That's that perfect equity chart that we were looking for. So we're looking for that kind of equity chart on these particular results. So all I do now, okay, so we've checked these results. Now we're going to look at the graph, and we look at the graph, and let's just reset it. Okay, so look at that graph. It's identical, completely identical. So now I have confidence that in those set files, I have tested those set files completely independently from EA Factory. I've used a different broker, and I'm now happy that these set files are reliable for me to use. Now we get a lot of comments in the forums. Oh, I've downloaded the set file. I get nowhere close to the results that have been generated by EA Factory. This is the methodology that you should be using. You should be using the same data. Although you are testing on your own broker, you should at least be using exactly the same testing parameters that EA Factory has used. Now the next trick is to relate these settings to your own broker setup, but we have already aligned the set file. The next step is to align it to your broker account, and I'll cover that. I have already covered in a number of videos in the past. I will get references to that in the description of the video, as well as in the commentary of the video. So the next question is, what happens if these settings don't align? And I will cover that in a future video. We'll look at some aspects that you can test. It is possible that they will never align because of your broker specifications for the actual currency cross that you're using. Some will have different margin requirements, other ones will have different pip values, all that type of thing. So alignment is not always going to be perfect, but this is the way you should be testing the set files initially, to make sure that you can duplicate the set file results. Now I hope you found this video interesting and have learned a little bit about how you can authenticate and test any set files that have been provided to you. So from me, Alex du Plooy, cheerio.